Bodhisattva worthy protector. These 16 venerable ones, the 16 righteous ones, are household bodhisattvas. They are people of our Saha world, and is of the same era as Shakyamuni Buddha. In the back, there are 15 lay bodhisattvas of the near-perfect enlightenment, all from other worlds. This is very meaningful. Worthy protector is the owner of this Saha world, the owner of the East, the others are the guests. These are manifestations. When the Buddha taught this Dharma door, it shook all the Dharma realms and all the Buddha lands throughout space. You don't have this power when you speak other scriptures. But this one alone shakes the void and permeates the Dharma realm. Therefore, bodhisattvas from the worlds of the 10 directions will naturally come to this place to support and adorn the Taoist temple. The bodhisattvas come to the ashram as immeasurable and boundless. Bodhisattva worthy protector is the host. In fact, the host is not only bodhisattva worthy protector. There are also many bodhisattvas in the Saha world. Why use him? Use his name to express the Dharma. The first mission of lay practitioners is to protect the Dharma. The mission of monastic bodhisattvas is to spread the Dharma. Propagating the Dharma is of course also about protecting the Dharma. For the two tasks of spreading and protecting the Dharma, monks should mainly spread the Dharma and be assisted by protecting the Dharma. Preaching and protecting the Dharma have to shoulder the burden. In the burden, there is a host and a guest. The 4 groups of initiates must cooperate closely, so that the Buddha Dharma can live in the world for the sake of sentient beings. The 4 groups must cooperate closely and cannot be separated. If there is no unity in Buddhism today, our human and financial resources will all be scattered, which will cause great losses to ourselves, let alone all sentient beings. If you really want to spread the Buddha Dharma all over the world and save all sentient beings in the world, can you do it? Can do it. How to do it? Unity can do it. After we concentrate our manpower, financial resources, and strength, we can do it. So today everyone is scattered and their strength is divided. It is a very, very pity that everything they do is subject to great restrictions. Insufficient human resources, insufficient financial resources. Honesty is, the mind has enough but the strength is not enough. Therefore, in this place, the Buddha used the Bodhisattva worthy protector, putting the first position to remind us of this fact. Worthy means morality, wisdom, and virtue. Protector means protecting the Dharma, protecting and upholding the righteous Dharma. The merits of protecting the Dharma are equal to spreading the Dharma. Or we can say that the work of protecting the Dharma is more important than spreading the Dharma. If you think about it carefully, you will understand. It's not that there are no talents who spread the Dharma. It's not difficult for disciples who are lay or monks to spread the Dharma. What's the difficulty? The difficulty lies in whether you have an effective Dharma protector. If you have one, you can do a great job. If there are many Dharma protectors, then your Dharma promoting career is definitely not inferior to the Buddhas and these great bodhisattvas. What they do is not inferior to them. Therefore, the merit of Dharma protection is inconceivable. I have personally experienced it in this life, and I have said it here several times. When I was young, I studied scriptures and lectures at the lay teacher Li Ping Nan. After finishing the studies, if I haven't met Upasika Han Ying, who passed away last year, some of you classmates will have seen her. And she has been here many times. Without her support, we would be powerless at all. If there is no Dharma protector, there are only 2 ways to go in the end. One is repentance and the scriptures. If you are not willing to chant the repentance and the scriptures, you will return to the secular life. There are only 2 paths, there is no way to go. When I met such a Dhamma protector, she was determined and tried every means. There is no ashram. Rent a place, borrow a place. Let me give lectures every week, without interruption for 30 years, thanks to her. Every week I preach at least 5 days, and sometimes 7 days, so my 30 years of lectures have not been interrupted. It's not that I preach the scriptures well, and others are not as good as me. There is no such reason. There are too many people who are better than me, and there is no one to support them. In other words, they didn't have the opportunity to practice on the stage, and their talent was overwhelmed. What a pity, you said. It's all predestined for us to propagate the Dharma internationally. I preached sutras in Taipei. There was a Dharma master and 2 lay Buddhists in Hong Kong who met me in Taiwan. Listen to my lectures. At that time I remember that at Shandao Temple, teaching the vows of Samantabhadra for a total of 8 days. After listening to it, they were very happy and invited me to Hong Kong, and I formed a Dharma relationship with Hong Kong. There is a Mrs. Lay in Hong Kong who enjoys listening to the scriptures and invites me every year, and invited me every year, so from 1977 to 1987. Yes, almost 10 years. I go to Hong Kong once or twice every year. The longest stay in Hong Kong is 4 months, and the shortest is no less than 1 month. I preach every year. After Mrs. Lay passed away, no one invited me anymore, and this relationship was broken. One person, without such a Dharma protector. We want to spread the Dharma, but we have no chance and no one invites us. Only then do you know how great the merit of protecting the Dharma is. Without the Dharma protector, people in that area will not have the opportunity to listen the Dharma. With such a Dharma protector, a Dharma master is invited to give lectures, and the local people will benefit from the Dharma. Whose merit? The merit of Dharma protection. That's why I often say that the merits of Dharma protectors are far greater than the merits of Dharma lecturers. In 1987, when I gave a lecture in Hong Kong, 3 lay Buddhists in Singapore were also very happy after listening to the sutras. After listening to it, they definitely wanted to drag me to Singapore. I said, all right. I have never been to Singapore, I came to visit with you. It was the first time I came to Singapore. When I arrived, I stayed for 10 days. I remember when I arrived at Shuanglan Temple. At that time, I gave a lecture once at the Singapore Buddhist Lodge, apparently 3 times at Shuanglan Temple, at the Youth Propaganda Group, twice. At that time, the Dharma Propagation Group was an old monastery, not a new place built later, and the place was very small. Several lectures were given in several places, and I made a relationship with the fellow practitioners here and got to know layman Li Muyuan. Layman Li came to me every year, and in the second year, he became the head of the Dharma promoting group. The new group's assembly hall was built. They invited me. I immediately preached them the Sutra of Infinite Life. Afterwards he came to the Singapore Buddhist Lodge to be the manager, and we went to the Singapore Buddhist Lodge again, giving lectures every year. Only he invited me. Without him, think about it, who invited me to lecture? Nobody. That way you know, anywhere in the world where sutras are preached, the Dharma can be carried forward, thanks to 1 or 2 Dharma protectors, who have done real merit. It means that they here build schools, work as principals, open shops as owners. We are employees they invite to help them work. So the Dharma protector is the boss, the Dharma protector is the master. The master teaches this one area, the merit is immeasurable.